Hey guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. I apologise so much for being late. I had an hour meeting earlier. That hour meeting went for 2 hours and I needed to eat lunch before I got in here and felt sick while I was live with you. So I took the advantage to use bathroom and eat. So then you and I can have an enjoyable time making a card. Hello, Miss Jamie. Oh, I just had my normal eggs and cheese for lunch, but my 1 hour meeting went for 2 hours. So yes, so welcome. Thank you everyone for popping in. I really do appreciate it. So what I am doing today, we're using the In the Pines bundle. Now, I have used this a bit, but I hadn't really used it much in class. So I used this in class. So this is a stamp set, and this is the matching die set. And we're actually using, which one are we using? Oh, we're just using this one in the middle. But there are some fantastic trees that have texture in here, as well as our hills and slopes. It's a really, really versatile die set, and I really, really love it. I haven't used it anywhere near as much as what I could, like my gnomes. My gnomes are feeling a bit neglected at the moment, so I shall have to grab those out and do something with them very soon. Now, this is a very simple card that we are making. Our card won't be exactly the same, but it will be similar, and that's what we're making. So really simple, using some colors from my dear friend Ruth Trice, who is over in the UK. I actually made this card during my, what was it, World Card Making Zoom Hangout, which ended up being all weekend. And these are the colours that we're using: Night Navy, Joss Jade, Early Espresso, Cinnamon Cider, and Misty Moonlight. So a lot of the brand new current in colours for this current catalogue being the Jade, Cinnamon, and the Misty Moonlight. So using those, which is great, but it's essentially a fairly simple card. I say that, it may not be, and we'll go on this adventure together. So thank you everyone for joining. If this is your first time, please say hi. Sorry, it's a bit of a warm day, and because I've just eaten and rushed around the house, I'm feeling a bit flushed. Ooh. If you guys haven't already, I would really appreciate you to like and follow my page, and subscribe on Facebook. That way you get notifications of when I'm going live, when I pop new videos up, when I pop up happenings of my crafting life, because you guys are so interested in some of the things I do. It's quite funny. Now, who has joined us today? We've got hello Barbara and Jamie and Deborah, Maria and Leanne and Colleen and Sylvia. Thank you for joining. Hello Miss Kathy and Margene. Hello Susan. So thank you so much for joining. What I'm going to do, I'm going to move my water bottle. I'm really not organised today, but that's okay. I tried to organise as much as I could during my Zoom meeting, but didn't really work. Hello Miss Lisa, I haven't seen you in a while. I will flip us around and we will get making this card and chatting. Hey Kim, I hope everyone's well. We've had some beautiful weather this week in my neck of the woods, in, on the set. Oh, hang on. Flip you back around. On the Central Coast, so it has been, oh my dear word, it has been rough. I somehow locked my phone, putting it in the holder. Oh, she's with it today, not really. Just bear with me a second. Everything seems to be not very tight. What's going on here? Sorry, girls. Let's see if we can make this stay and not be saggy, because no one likes sag. although I do have lots of it. There you go. That's something you didn't really need to know today, but all you get is real life here with me. Okay, let's see if I can get my video up. We'll get rid of the shadows. Just making sure I am 13 of you girls in. Thank you so much. Okay, right, video up, light off. There you go. That's something you didn't really need to know today, but and sound off is helpful too, girls. You need to remind me, sound off, sound off. Right. Yes, Ruth did really well with this colour combo. I've slowly been sharing all the colour combos that I did of Ruth's during that World Card Making Day challenge. I think this is my last one. So this is a bit different to a normal size card. This is a Slimline card. So basically this fits, let me do this. So this is a normal business sized envelope that you put your paper in. Thank you, Paula. I love them too. They're getting changed next week, so I might need some feedback on my birthday nails that I need to get, because the next infill, my birthday occurs, so I'll need to know what colour. So I'll just show you here that this card fits perfectly in a business sized envelope. It helps if I put it down and show you. How about I just put it in the envelope, because apparently that is going to be so much easier. So it fits perfectly in the envelope, and the piece of paper is 21 centimeters by 21 centimeters. So our A4 cardstock is already 21 centimeters on one side, and I just made the other side 21 centimeters. Score it at 10.5, which is our normal. Note I say normal, nothing's ever normal. If I can find it, it is the normal width of a card. It's just longer than our normal A2 card. No, Jamie, I will have fun. Thank you for popping in. Not as good a lunch as yesterday by the sounds of it. You enjoyed your lunch with your sister, I see. Okay, so I have made this card. I have part made another card, and I'll make one from scratch with you. So I have partially, well, I've pretty much already done this card. I just need to add my tree, which I'm not sure where my tree is going to go on this one. I think, I don't know, I smudged it, but that's okay. And I will show you how I create my tree first and foremost. So I do have, sorry, I'm just grabbing out my Very Vanilla. So I've used Very Vanilla and Night of Navy as my two cardstock colours. And in this stamp set, I have taken this tree right here, and I have set it up in my Stamparatus. You know I like to use my Stamparatus during classes. Everyone feels nice and successful when we use it in classes. So what I have done, I've created a jig so I can pop my already die cut piece in here. Just let me check that is all lined up, which it is, and I'll show you which die I have used. So I've used this die here. Now I worked out a really great tip. I can't line up the trunk on the Stamparatus with this, and the reason, or before you, so let me digress. If you stamp this then stamp the trunk, and then try and die cut it out, it's not quite going to work because the trunk is in a particular spot. So what I found best is stamp the main part of your tree, then die cut it out and add your trunk later, which is exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to go this way because I want to show you how we get this two-tone tree. So you can do it in a couple of ways, but I have done it with some sponge daubers. You need to use a puller. Get it out and ink it up. So I'm just going all over with my Just Jade. Okay, so I've gone all over with that. I am going to leave this open. I know it's a little dangerous, especially on my craft desk. And then I've already got ink all over my hands. And then I'm going to take an ink dauber with our Misty Moonlight ink. Now, if this was on a block like I originally made the card, I just rocked the stamp on the block along the ink pad and picked up the edges, and you are seeing my charging cords now because they're peeking out from where they're meant to be secured, and now they've all fallen on the floor. That's for future Ellen to worry about. So I'm just going to take our Misty Moonlight, because we're using the Stamparatus, and just ink and just hit our edges here. So exactly the same premise, but I'm just using the ink dauber. Now it doesn't matter that I'm getting a little bit of Just Jade into my ink pad because it's a much lighter colour than the Misty Moonlight, so it won't actually contaminate my ink pad. And then we stamp that down. Sorry, rehydrating some of that ink. I should have huffed on it first. Okay, so we have our tree image there. I am happy with that. Hello, Miss Margaret. And I'm just going to close it over but not latch it because I don't quite trust myself at the moment, to tell you the truth. And I'm even going to grab the hand sanitizer down because this is the card that made me very inky in my class. Hello, Mr. Linda. Thank you for joining. So we have our tree stamped, and now all we have to do is, my chamois is damp, or maybe one edge of it is damp enough. Just going to mop this up as best as I can, so it is mostly clean, and pop the Stamparatus away. It has done its work, and I'm going to bring in, where did I put that tree? I had the tree, oh, I put it here. So I'm just going to place this here, and what I'm going to do now is grab my early espresso, and I'm going to do our sentiment and our tree trunk, and I'm going to start with our tree trunk. Thank you, Georgiana. I was just saying they're getting changed next week, and I'm not sure what colour to go for my birthday. I think I kind of have to do a traditional Ellen colour, which is basically, traditional Ellen colour is purple or hot pink. And by purple, I mean like a deeper purple. So, tree trunk. Ink that up in the early espresso, and because we have this here, I can line that up. It's not straight. Tree trunks aren't straight in real life, and that's okay. So So I'm going to try and clean this off. I do love my stamp chamois for these types of things, but we have to remember that these darker inks, and you know what, I'm going to leave this whole bit out so I don't have to keep opening and closing my stamp case. Next, I am going to grab my Season's Greetings, which has been extremely well used. Greeting. Pop that on this block. And this is our, I should know because I use it all the time, our H block. Oops, that's my lunch. Purple and pink are two, and do you know what? Colleen, purple, great advice. I may even combine the purple and the pink together and maybe have some just a combo. You know, I might do purple with the pink glitter. I don't know. Myself and Leah, my nail tech, who moved 10 houses away from me, I love her. We'll work it out. We always, while she's filing my nails, I have a look at what she's got. So I am now finished completely with the early espresso. So I just thought if I used any other color for the greeting, it would get incredibly lost. And I really didn't want it to get lost. Okay, so I can pop that to the side. Next, I'm just looking at my card layout here, and what I kind of did wrong on this layout, and it's only because when I made this card the greeting came later, but when I did this card I did trees first and then added the greeting, where what I kind of am realizing the third time I've made this card is putting the greeting and then building my scene around the greeting will make it look less gappy here. I do have an idea to fill in these gaps, and we have these hill sketches here, and I'm thinking of adding a couple in a few strategic places just to fill this white space. So I do have ideas on how to fix my creative adventure, and go from there. So if you are lurking, I would love you to say hi. Has everyone been well? Because I feel like I haven't asked how you all are yet. I need, and we're using the same stamp in 3 colors. So I need our outline and I need our fill-in for our trees. And it helps if they're this way round. Okay, so keeping it simple with the stamps we're using, but not in the colours. We're using lots of colours. Creative adventure. Well, I could say a lot of things. I thought creative adventure was the most PC. Oh, I need a bigger block. Now I'm going for my eye block, which is one of my faves because I've got so much view using my eye block. Okay, I am wondering if this is Night of Navy or not, and I just realized we forgot to glam this up in class. I'm sorry if any of my class girls watch this and we didn't glam this up in class. So sorry, I really do love you, I promise. Okay, so we are going to use some generation stamping. I've done it already and got my fingerprints in it. So that isn't inked up very well. So I'm just going to pop some trees here, and then I'm going to get this one out of the way. I didn't mean to throw it, I promise. This one over here, I'm going to leave it at 2 for the moment, and then I'm going to take my fill-ins. So these can be used totally by themselves, as I've done on our die cut tree and in the cinnamon cider there. I just want to check. No, they're good. So you can see these outlines are beautiful by themselves, but they really do come to life when I add in this filling. So you can see it just fills them in and gives them a bit of oomph and life. Now I think I'm going to go straight in with the... apparently David's finished a workout and told you all. I am going to go in with the Misty Moonlight. I'm not going to re-ink because I've stamped this off. So just going to pop this up in the corner here, and I'm going to pop a single one just down here, just to add a bit of interest. And then I'm going to pop this one here. Although, can I say, they look pretty identical in colour. Be interesting to see what they look like once they've dried. Do you know, I'll stamp this off just for something a bit different so they don't look same. Okay, so that is all my blues done, and I will now clean. So the aim of the game is to clean in between each colour so we don't get a whole lot of contamination. I'm not holding this the right way. And I must clean my hands after this colour. Please don't let me forget. Now, if you girls want to buy this bundle that I'm using or any of the ink colours, I do have my shop link in the comment, in the description. And I also have where you can find me, and if you love what I'm doing enough and love our products and think you might want to join my team, I also have my joining link. So what does joining mean, you say? It just means you join for, in Australia, $169. In your starter kit, you have $235 worth of products. There is no obligation to do anything with it. Basically, if you don't do anything with it, or you don't do another order, which you're silly too, and I'll tell you why in a second, you just toddle off and go back to being one of my customers. But if you do hang around and take advantage of the 20% off all your catalogue products, you can hang around for a bit longer. And basically I do a lot of things with my team. We do team swaps, we do team meetings, we hang around, they hang around me, I don't know which way you want to put it. Yeah, we have a whole lot of fun. I do have a group where we share what we're doing, which is great, and I enjoy seeing what they do. So one of these, I think I'm going to leave this one empty like I have on now, but I just want to see how inky this one is going to be. I wonder why that one came out so inky. It did. Oh no, not quite as inky. I really love this layout, which is why I'm copying it. Right, I think I'm good. In the Pines is very, very pretty, Delinda. Did anyone have any questions about my team? I know I share my team swaps over here, and quite often some of my team members come and say hi when I'm live and they're not busy with their lives. If anyone had any questions, I am here crafting, willing to ask, because I'm not doing anything too strenuous in the creative part here today, so I'm more than happy to help. Okay. Oh, I was about to go back into that colour, and I don't want to. Okay. Don't need to do that on there. No. Okay. Sorry, just planning what I'm doing on my other card as well. I do need to open up one of my blues just to finish the card off. And I need to cover my smudge. Okay, so this is the Cinnamon Cider, a bit of an underrated colour. I particularly like it. It's a very different brown to what we currently have in the catalogue. I did want that stamped off. Yes, definitely. It's just a bit different. And I think I like this white space up here because I'm going to fill it with some of these splodges. So let's clean this one off, and then I'm going to get with my other colours. Okay, so I need my big long line, which is actually like meant to be like a tree trunk, like an empty tree trunk that you can do to add to the scene, because it's about the height of this tree, but that's not what we're using it for. Don't mind me here. We are using it to underline and give, because you can see our sentiments getting a little lost here. So by underlining it with this Cinnamon Cider, we are just creating a focus back to our sentiment area. And I think I stamped it off on that card, but I don't mind it darker because I have stamped these off. So my tree is going to end up there, which is good because I sort of have a few points of interest under it, which is great, and we will be lifting it up, so it's going to look a little different. I think we just, oh, I was going to add in those hills, wasn't I? I will clean this stamp off. Look at me being uber organised today and cleaning as I go. Normally that's my job after I stop. I'm hoping I'm still live because you've all gone very quiet. Very quiet today. Okay, that can go there. Put my other ones away so I don't forget about them. 1 and 2. Just watching. That's okay as long as you're still there. That's all good. I always do wonder sometimes if the feed is okay. Okay. Going to put some of these blocks away because I don't need. You can't take me anywhere. I like to make a spectacle of myself. Okay. don't think I want to use this. I think I want to add in some Just Jade and some Misty Moonlight, actually. So use these two little blocks, which are our, I want to say B blocks. I was going to say C, but I was wrong. And here are my stars, dots, splatters. I don't know what you want to call them, but they're just going to add some interest and allude to a skyscape. Hello, Miss Maria. How are you today? Thank you for joining. Okay, so just adding in a bit of land where the trees are, just so they don't quite look like they're floating along my card, which kind of isn't the aim of the game, but I think I like that. We're going to repeat the same thing on here on my other card front, and here and here. Stamp it off. Going to add one there. And one right there. Maybe a soft one there. I've still got all of these bits, but I'll deal with that in a second. Would the stamp of 4 little lines be snow? Yes. Well, no, that's exactly what I'm looking at, Colleen, and I'm thinking, I don't know, just let me stamp it off and see if we can't like incorporate the smudges kind of thing. See, I need to clean it off and partially ink it up. Okay, so I've partially inked it up to put under this single tree. I don't think the smudges look so bad now. I'll let you tell me. I've cleaned the stamp, but I can always re-ink it. And I'll grab out the Misty Moonlight just to add some snow or some sky, some interest. So please excuse David talking to Siri in the background. He's working. He's testing things by the sounds of it. And titch here. And a titch here. Just kind of like leaving this part free. And my other one, I don't kind of want to use it full strength to start off with. It's just that hint without being in your face. I'm not pushing it down hard on purpose. I am trying to be very light and purposeful. Okay, that will do, that will do, that will do. Unless anyone has some great suggestions, I think I will. You must not let me forget my Winker Stella at the end. This is my really simple card. We've used a couple of stamps, but we've used 2 different tree images, because this one is the two-step stamping. So, right. Ink pads closed. I definitely need to wipe those down. Those inks or those stamps can stay there for the moment. Okay, so here are my 21 by 21 centimetre squares that are scored in the middle at 10 and a half. Oh, that one, God knows what I did with that one, but that one is not scored in the correct spot. So I need my Stamparatus. I'm going to show you a bit of a trick that you can do with the Stamparatus and scoring your cards. And you can do this with your scoreboard as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure both corners are flush. I'm going to have to force this a little, but so they are flush into that corner. Take my bone folder. Okay, this is not going to be pretty, but trust me, it will work. And whoever takes any notice at the back of a card, please tell me, because I don't. Thank you so much for sharing, Jean. I really appreciate that. Okay, so I just need to grab this corner as well. Okay, no one knows about this one because the front of it's perfect. Look at that, beautiful. God, I hope this one's right. And lucky it was my one that I scored incorrectly. This one's perfect. Okay, well, there's your little hack. And if I'm scoring a lot of card bases, I do use my Stamparatus, pop the cardstock in the corner and score away. And that is incredibly helpful. I didn't quite want that. There we go. Okay, now liquid glue and our card fronts. That one can go with that one. Okay. Just so we've got a bit of wiggle room. So I've used Night of Navy as my card base because I just thought it made everything pop really, really nicely. Great. Have I even, God knows what I know what I was thinking when I cut this cardstock. I know exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking people are arriving at my house in 10 minutes. I'm going to trim this card down and no one will know that I miscut my card front. No one will know at all. This one's perfect. Yeah, let me make sure. Nope, that one's the exact width. I need to cut a slither off this. One's too short, one's too long. I'm doing well. So I think if I take, let me take half a centimetre and then we'll see where we are in the whole scheme of things here, hey? Just check it on the back of this. That's perfect. Rightio. Oh, I'm doing well, girls. Doing well. So is this the type of card that you girls like to do, like a single stamp set? Or do you like mixing things up and use multiple stamp sets on the same card, which I tend to do, but I just wanted to keep this one simple and just use a single stamp set. Okay. Concentrating. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay, that one's good. That one's as, oh, well, I've got the trimmer. Just a 1/2 centimetre. And just go over it twice because I've got 2 layers of paper. I think I went through that first layer the first time though. Right. You like a single set? Oh, thank you, Susan. I just want to know how you girls craft, because I don't think I'd ever ask the question, and I need to ask more questions. Dimensionals. Dimensionals, if you were my dimensionals, where would you be? You would be in here together. I think I just need my big ones. Okay. A handy dandy scissors as my tool. Okay, so it would simplify just using a single stamp set. Sorry there, Colleen. So just trying to support the top of this tree as much as I can. I know I try not to, but I really like mixing my stamp sets together just to see what you can get. I'm a daredevil. Try not to conform. Oops. Stay there, please. Thank you. Okay, and this one right up there. Okay. My dish. Get all these backings off. Sorry, concentrating. I always go quiet when I'm concentrating. Humbly apologise. Okay, I think that, oh, look at that. I made a bottom for it. That can go right there. And then this one, I'm not sure where I'm putting this one yet. You like mixing sets as well, Margine. Okay. I mean, everyone does things a little differently. If we all did everything the same, it would certainly be a very dull life. Okay, now, kind of thinking, I don't like it there. I think I'm just going to pop this one just here. So in a similar spot. And now I'm going to get my Wink of Stella and glitter this up. It's only going to be subtle, but it will be enough. So I'm going to go all over this big tree. All over. Very generous. I just need to leave this bit. It will reactivate the ink slightly, But that isn't a bad thing. It adds to the watercolour look. Okay, just making sure I didn't have any brown. And then what I've gone in and done is this solid tree here has been the tree that I have kind of picked up on all the way through. And our underlining, I went all over that as well. Where else did I go? I think I just did those ones. Sorry, I'll see if I can tip this in the light. I just did a couple of randoms just to bring it all together. So I'm happy with that one. Let's do this one. And this one. God, this is running well. Whoops. Not even pressing on it, and it's just pouring out. But that's okay. Especially makes covering this big tree so much simpler. And I love the way it just makes the cardstock just a titch darker. And our underline or our underscore, whatever you want to call it. And I think I'm done. Now, let's see if I can show you this, just that iridescence in the shot. So hopefully I can get that shimmering for you. But that's essentially the card today. So to go over, fairly simple colour palette. Once again, my dear friend Ruth has set the challenge, and she did that, so that's great. Did I? Oh, I just got it. Let me just see if I can tip over a bit more so you can get that shimmer. So these are the two of the three cards. So we've done our Slimline card that fits into a DO envelope. Oh, I've forgotten one colour. The Early Espresso. I have used the In the Pines stamp set with the matching pine wood dies. Pinewood dies. Thank you so much, Susan, Margine and Margaret. Also used Wink of Stella, and we did use our Stamparatus, but you don't need to use your Stamparatus. I just did because I have done this as a class. So if you want any of the products that I've used today, you can do so in my online store, or you can contact me. So you can contact me here on my Facebook or over on Instagram. There are various ways you can get in contact with me. So thank you so much. Have an amazing weekend, and I will catch up with you guys next week for another couple of card making. I was going to say card making challenges, but it's not challenges, it's videos. Oh dear, that 2-hour meeting really did get to me. Have a great day, girls. Bye.